most amazing artists. Today we're going to be adding a background to our printing plates. Your printing plates are the styrofoam piece that you got last week and we carved into. Now today you can either use a stylus or draw directly onto your printing plate with a pen. If you notice that your test print from last week didn't come out so great, you could carve into it even more to see where you need to with those lines. Today, it is very important that we have a great print because this is not our test print today. Today is our final print day, meaning that you get to choose any color today that you would like to print with. So it's very important that you have a great print starting with a great printing plate. If you need to trace over any of your lines, you can do that first thing. Then I'm going to use my pen or my stylus. Remember, the stylus is the pen without ink, to make a background. Now the background is going to be simple. Don't do any words because the words would show up backwards. And I'm making sure that I am doing something simple that shows pop art. Remember, pop art is what was popular. It shows bright colors, which we're using in our ink, and also a very awesome background. So patterns, dots, polka dots, stripes, anything like that, swirls would be a great pop art background. I'm just drawing a few simple lines to make it a little bit more interesting in my print. You are welcome to add a background, but if you don't have room to do it, you don't have to do it. It's just an option. After you do that and we're ready to print, you're going to have each table set up by stations today. The stations will be different printing stations for what color you want to print with. So make sure you always write your name and class code on your printing paper. After you write on your printing paper, then is when we can start to print. Now your printing station is going to have the color you want to print with. Today, you will be moving your body with your printing plate to where you want to print. Remember, you're using a piece of tape to make a little tape ring and put it on that catalog. I'm going to put that down and stick my printing plate on it so it stays into place and stays clean so I can roll that ink out on top of it. Then I am making sure that I am the only one doing the ink. Miss Q does the ink refills. Make sure you do not. That way it stays nice and clean. Now the colored ink might be a little bit stickier than your normal ink, so you're gonna have to roll it out a lot so that you hear that sticky noise. You want a nice even layer of ink on that brayer. The brayer is the roller, don't forget. Then after you get a nice even layer, keeping within the duct tape and not rolling outside of it, you can roll onto your styrofoam or printing plate. After you roll onto your printing plate and make sure the ink is all over, then you can place your paper down onto it. Let's see what happens when I do that. I'm going to pick up my paper with my name on class code on the back, press it down, use my Baron or my lid to press it down until I start to see the lines coming through. When I do, I know I can peel it up. And then I'm done and ready to go to the next station. When I start to see those lines coming through, I know it's ready to carefully peel off from the corner and peel it up and see my awesome print. When I'm done with the print, I'm going to put it on the back table to dry. After I do, I can bring my printing plate to another color to print on. Now keep in mind that if you're not going to erase your printing plate and keep the pink ink or whatever color you used, you're gonna have to look at the color wheel. If you use an analogous color, say like I were to use red after, then it would mix well together and show up really cool. But if I went to a color like green after, it might start to make brown. So keep in mind the color wheel and color mixing. If you need to erase your printing plate, you can use a wipe to wipe it off and go to a new color. You will be carrying your printing plate or your styrofoam around with you. It is not trash. We are using that stamp again and again to make prints. Every time you make a print, you can put it on the back table to dry and then make another one and go to your new station for your new color. If the paper gets too inky, you can always rip it off the pad and throw it away and get a new one. All right, awesome artists, cannot wait to see your prints.